Hello guys, let us find expression for voltage regulation for lagging power factor load. So lagging power factor load in sense what we are referring with respect to secondary side, okay, because load and all we are going to connect there itself, okay. So this equation hope you are familiar with, that is E2 is equal to V2 plus I2 R2E plus I2 X2E. Yes or not? This we have already been dealt with. It was written as V2 plus I2 Z2E. And again remember, this is the equation we are referring with respect to the secondary side when referred to secondary. Okay. So whatever we are deriving, we are referring the circuit diagram when referred to the secondary side, because we have R2E, X2E, I2, V2, everything E2. So it's always refer to the secondary side. So we have equivalent circuit diagram with respect to secondary. On that base we are written this. Okay. So with this equation we are going to draw this phasor diagram. Phasor diagram is very simple as this. So first what we are going to do is, first we are going to draw a reference phasor V2. You can start with any of the phasor. You can write I2 R2, you can start with I2 X2, but still start with the voltage V2, reference phasor of a certain length V2. Okay. And we know that I2 is there. I2 is flowing in the secondary side and V2 is the secondary terminal voltage. And we know that a lagging power factor is there, and obviously I2 should lag V2 by certain angle. Yes, because lagging power factor nothing but what, it is inductive load. We know that current lags voltage by certain angle. So you can see after drawing V2, I have drawn I2 over here, and believing the fact this phasor is rotating anti-clockwise. So as per that, V2 is ahead and I2 is following V2. So I2 is lagging V2 by certain angle phi 2. At any angle you can draw here and mark here as phi 2, any length like this. Okay. Next. So V2 is done, I2 is done. So coming to this I2 R2E, and what type of drop it is? Again, it is a voltage drop. Yes, voltage drop occurring where? In the resistance part or in the resistive part. So in the resistive part, if the drop is occurring, then voltage as well as current are in the same phase. Yes, this drop as well as current are in the same phase. That is why I can see I2 R2E I have drawn parallel to this I2 on the tip of V2, because V2 have to sum up, so that's why we need to draw at the tip of this. So I2 R2 you can see, as well as I2 you can see, the phase angle between this and this is what? 0, means both are overlapping on each other. In that sense, if I consider resistive load and all, so phase angle is 0 because it's a resistive load. I mean, for this particular drop, I mean, okay, not exactly resistive load, because we have connected a lagging load and all. So this is a resistive part of that particular inductive load. So we believe that it is a pure one and it is parallel with the I2. So it is parallel. Okay, this is done. Now coming to the I2 X2E, what type of load it is? Yes, it's a it's a drop. I2 X2 is a drop, voltage drop at a reactive part of the inductive load. So if it's a voltage part in the reactance, means we know that what is the relation between voltage and current in the reactance? If I connect inductive load, yes, that is there is a phase difference of 90 degree with respect to voltage drop as well as current I2. Okay, current I2 as well as I2 X2E, there is a phase difference of 90 degree. You can see this line I have drawn at the tip of I2 R2E because I need to sum up this all. And again you can see it is very much perpendicular, that is 90 degree with respect to I2. And I am not going to stretch till here, but because we need to account this equation, so you can see there is a 90 degree with respect to I2 R2E, and this line is called as what? I2 X2E. Right. So we got V2 now, I2 R2E now, I2 X2E now. So if I add all this, then I'm get what? E2, resultant E2. You can see V2 plus I2 R2E plus I2 X2E. If I add this, then what I will get? I will get E2. See, this is your resultant E2. EMF induced in the secondary side of the transformer, E2. So E2 is equal to V2 plus I2 R2E plus I2 X2E. Hope this is clear. Now you can stretch this line from this particular part to this particular part. We will come to know why we are doing all this is done for the sake of geometry to derive the equation. But this as well as this you need to understand first. Once you do, you can directly stretch this. Okay, and again stretch at the bottom. Again, make sure you write it as in the form of right angle triangle. Let us see later why we have done all this circus and all. Okay, and again you can see there is a phi 2 over here, because we know that current is lagging V2 by power factor angle phi 2. If this is phi 2, then this will be also phi 2. Yes, yes or not? As per the geometry, if this is phi 2, any of this and this is parallel, then obviously this angle will be also phi 2. Okay, and if this is phi 2 and we know that this is 90 degree, yes, this is 90 degree. If this is 90 degree, then what is this angle? What about this angle? Yes, what about this angle? Tell me. Because we know that sum of the angles in the triangle is equal to 180 degree. Sum of the angles in the triangle is 180 degree and this is 90 degree. So 180 minus 90 minus phi. This is 90 minus phi 2. Okay, and we know that if this is 90 minus phi 2 and this is your vertical opposite angle as per geometry, so vertical opposite angles are same. So if this is 90 minus phi 2 means this will be also 90 minus phi 2. Okay, and we know that this angle is 90 degree. Yes, this angle is 90 degree, and we know that again sum of the angles in all the triangle is equal to 180 degree. If I add 90 minus phi 2 plus 90, then I will get what? Will get what? 180 minus phi 2. Yes or not? If I add this and this angle, means I'm going to get what? 180 minus phi 2. Yes or not? 90 minus phi 2 plus 90, 180 minus phi 2. Right? Now, in order to fulfill the requirement of sum of the angles equal to 180 degree, but now extra thing what I'm getting, by adding this and this, I'm getting extra thing as minus phi 2. I need to get rid of that, right? I need to get rid of that, means what I have to do, I need to add plus phi 2. So plus phi 2, if I consider this as my phi 2, then what happens? Phi 2 and minus phi 2 will get cancelled. So total sum of the angle of the triangle, this particular triangle I'm speaking, will be what? 180 degree. Correct? Yes. Once again I tell you, see, this is phi 2 which you already know, and this is parallel, same angles. We know that this is I2 and I2 R2 is parallel. So if this is phi 2 means this will be also phi 2. If this is phi 2 means we know that this is the angle 90 degree and this angle will be what? 90 minus phi 2. Yes, because sum of the triangles equal to 180 degree. So 180 degree minus phi 2 minus 90 will result in what? 90 minus phi 2. If this is 90 minus phi 2 and this will be also 90 minus phi 2. And we know that this is 90 degree. Yes or not? Again, if I add this means what I'll get? 180 degree minus phi 2. I'm getting extra thing as minus phi 2. So I need to add plus phi 2 over there. So I'm going to consider this angle as phi 2. So plus phi 2 minus phi 2 gets cancelled. Though sum of the angles of the triangle will be 180 degree. So this is, now we are worrying why we are doing all this circus. We will come to know while getting into the derivation and well. Okay. Hope this is this phasor diagram is very much clear. Okay. Now we shall get into the derivation. Okay. So to draw this, one thing is what very much needed is this equation. Okay, equation at the secondary side. So we're going to name now. We know that OA is equal to V2. Yes, OA is equal to V2. AF is equal to what? AB cos phi 2. AF is equal to how much it is? AB cos phi 2. How we got this AF is equal to AB cos phi 2? Anyhow, we have already defined that OA is the length and we are calling as has the magnitude of V2. But what about this AF? AF, to know the EF, we need to write what? Anyhow, this AFB. AFB is what? Right angle triangle. Yes or not? Right angle triangle, 90 degrees over here. So we can write a cosine formula there. Cos phi 2 is equal to AF by AB. Yes or not? Cos phi 2 equal to AF by AB. AF is nothing but your adjacent side and AB is your hypotenuse side. So cos phi 2 is equal to AF by AB. Why we are not going with the sign? Because I need the total length from this point to this point. So I am going with the cos. I need to know what is the length of AF. So AF is equal to AB plus AB into cos phi 2. Cos phi 2 is equal to what? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Adjacent is AF and AB is your hypotenuse. So it is AF by AB. And if I want to write in terms of AF means it will be AB into cos phi 2. Alright. But AB length you know. AB length you know. What is the AB length? AB length is I2 R2E. So I can replace AB by I2 R2E cos phi 2. Clear. Now coming to this. AF is over. Now I want to know the length of FD. Yes or not? FD. but we know that again FD length is equal to BE, yes, because both are opposite sides of your rectangle, so they have got same length. So BE is equal to FD, we have written here BE is equal to FD, and again I have written I need to know FD length, right? If I know BE length, then I will be knowing FD length. True. So how to know BE length? Yes, by using this triangle BEC. BEC. I need to know this side distance or length. How I can know? This is the opposite side and this is the base side or adjacent side and this is the hypotenuse side and this is the 90 degree. Yes, as per the trigonometry. And I need to know opposite side, then what I need to apply, cos or sine? Yes, if I need to know opposite side, then I need to apply sine. If I need to know adjacent side, I need to apply cos. But since here I need to know opposite side, so I need to apply sine. So sine phi 2 is equal to what? Opposite by hypotenuse, that is BE divided by BC. Yes or not? It is BE divided by hypotenuse. So that's why you can see that what we have written here, BE by hypotenuse. So sin phi 2 is equal to what? BE by, you can see sin phi 2 is equal to BE by BC. BE is your adjacent, sorry, opposite side and BC is your hypotenuse side. So opposite by hypotenuse, right? Again BC is what? BC length is what? You can see, where is BC? Yes, BC is over here. BC length is I2X2E. Yes, BC length is what? I2X2E. So I replace BC by I2X2E. Yes, and sin phi 2 as it is. Now finally I got now BE length. If I know BE length means FD length will be equal to that. Like I said, it is opposite sides of the same rectangle. The length will be also same. So FD length is equal to what? I2X2E sin phi 2. So this length I got. Okay. Now let us sum up all this. Okay. We know that OD from O to D, OD is equal to what? OA plus AF plus FD, right? OD is equal to OA plus AF plus FD, right? OA plus AF plus FD. If I add all these means I am going to get what? OD, right? This is what we had done, OA plus AF plus FD. I have added all these three things. Okay, so I got what? V2 plus I2 R2E cos phi 2 plus I2 X2E sin phi 2. So I got complete length of OD now. Okay. What about CE? Where is CE? CE. I need to know this length also. If I want to know this length, then what I have to do? I have to apply the cos formula. Why? Because this is the adjacent side. So cos phi 2 will become what? Cos phi 2 is equal to CE by BC. CE by BC. Okay. Cos phi 2 is equal to CE by BC. That is adjacent by hypotenuse. You can write in terms of CE. So BC cos phi 2 and BC is how much? BC is I2 X2E. BC is I2 X2E. So I replace BC by I2 X2E. Again cos phi 2 remains as it is. Now coming to the value of DE. Now let us see how to calculate DE. Okay. So where is DE? You can see DE is over here. Okay. One thing we can see here, DE is equal to FB because they are opposite sides of the same rectangle. FBED is a rectangle. So DE is equal to FB. If somehow if I get to know what is the value of FB, then DE value is served. So first let us concentrate to calculate FB so that it will be equal to DE. So FB is nothing but what? It is opposite side and this is your adjacent side and this is your hypotenuse side as per the triangle AFB. So if opposite side if I need means, so what I am going to do is I am going to calculate the sine. So sin phi 2 is equal to FB by AB. Sin phi 2 is equal to FB by AB. So FB is equal to AB into sin phi 2. Yes, FB is equal to AB into sin phi 2. Again FB is equal to D. Yes or not? You can see FB is equal to AB into sin phi 2. In here FB is equal to D. So they have written here DE. If you want, you can write on FB also. Okay. But the length of AB is known here, right? AB is known. So I'm going to write here it as I2 R2E and sin phi 2 as it is. Okay. Now let us calculate the value of CD. Let us point out CD. Where is CD? CD is over here. We know that OC square is equal to OD square plus CD square as per Pythagoras law. Yes or not? OC square is equal to OD square plus CD square. As per mathematics, we need to consider this alpha angle, but here for the sake of convenience